Hey everybody, this is Josh X reacting for Dojo 7, and today we are reviewing dating coach Matthew Hussey's video, or it might be Hussey, 3 confident female mindsets that drive men wild, or something like that, crazy. As always, we want to hear from you in the comments with your thoughts and video suggestions, and never forget that you can check out dojo7.com for apparel and more ways to support. Let's get to the video.
To hear your questions, I would love to hear what you want to know. Yes?
I've been dating a guy for 5 months. Well, I invested again and then he disappeared for a month.
Right.
And then he's back.
So you've got a guy who's blowing hot and cold, hot and cold. He invests, and then as soon as you invest back, he goes cold again.
Yes.
Here's my philosophy, because I know so many women who, they get a guy for an hour a week, or they get a guy for one night a week, and then they're like, oh, I just want to see him more. To which my response is, if he's giving you one night a week, is he the guy you want? Is this act, you may really love him for that night, but here would be my response to the guy. You really think that I'm gonna settle for happiness one night a week? Screw you. I need it 7 nights a week. I need to be happy 7 days a week. You really think?
Not true. Then we're gonna let him finish. I don't think that you want a guy who is not working on something and has that time to give 7 nights a week. I don't believe that. I think that leads to feeling smothered. I think that if you spending that much time, not being productive, that's going to have other consequences for your finances and your lifestyle. So this thought that we want this all-encompassing, immersive 24/7 love it sells well, but I'm not sure of its absolute certainty. Now, an hour a week, that might be the other extreme end of the spectrum, but his setup that you should be demanding 7 weeks of somebody's time, male or female or non-binary, I don't agree with that premise.
A week. You really think that I'm going to settle for something that's good 1 hour a week? You must be out of your freaking mind.
I think part of loving and being with complete people is accepting the fact that you have to share them with their other interests and their other responsibilities and their other networks and friend groups and connections in the world. And I think that an inability to share your partner or this extremely possessive love can be problematic.
Oh, I know who you're thinking of. You're thinking of the woman there. Oh, that's okay. I'm the woman here.
And then he makes it a hierarchy thing among women, that the women at the top who are not average get 7 days of somebody's week.
This is who I am. I'm sorry that you got us confused. Yeah. So you come across hard and unapproachable. Are you those things?
No.
For sure? Out of interest, why does that act of femininity make you cringe?
Because I look at it as I can do it myself.
Right, you said, so your thought was, I can do it myself.
Right.
What's the problem with that? There are many things that I have to say, well, of course I could do them myself. That goes without saying. You're a strong woman. Of course you could do it yourself. That's not the point. What type of man do you want to be with? On the scale of masculine to feminine? A masculine guy. Okay. What types of guys do you attract right now? Pussies, right? Because
the irony of him calling them pussies in front of a room full of women is not lost on me.
Because a masculine guy needs to feel masculine. No guy, no strong guy is going to want to be around a woman who never lets him take care of her. Your argument is, I can do it myself. What if I said to you that that's weak? What if I said to you that having to do everything yourself is a form of weakness? Because all it is trying to validate yourself by showing how strong you are. And a strong woman doesn't need to exert that. She doesn't need to spend that much energy showing how strong she is. In fact, a really strong woman can go one step more advanced. Because by the way, the weakest woman, the weakest says, I need everything done for me, I don't know how. I can't do that, help me. A level above her is the woman that says, I can do it myself. I don't need someone for that, I can do it myself. A level above that is, I know I can do it myself, but it's a lot of fun when someone else does it. It is strong to be served. It makes me strong to be served, but it does not make me strong to hold guys at arm's length saying I don't need them, because guess what, you do. Men need women, women need men. Life just ain't as fun without them. So once we accept that we need each other, you don't need them for your happiness, I know that. But if you really want to get the most out of life and enjoy life on a different level, then yeah, bring some of those guys into your life. Because it won't be nearly as fun without them. And they won't have nearly as much fun with you if they can't enjoy being a guy around you. Let's take another question. Yes.
Everybody, you know, when you watch stuff like this, there's always like great points mixed in with the other points. I don't know how sold on the idea I am that I, as a man, need you to let me do things to feel like a man. And acts of service is one of my primary love language. So the way that I do show love is by, trying to help somebody accomplish a task or, accomplish a goal or do things for people. That's how I like to receive love. But I don't know if your propensity to try to take on everything emasculates me. And I don't know if it's a very popular narrative, but I don't know if that's true. I think that somebody who tries to do everything all the time, I think it can be annoying just because you want to have some of your own input into the things around you, and the way that I do something might not be the way that you do it. So it is fun to like have your expression on task, but you not needing that personally does not affect me one way or another in terms of where I stand, in terms of how I feel masculine or not. Because, I hope this ain't toxic. Part of being the type of man that I am is if it's something that I really want to do, I'm probably going to do that shit anyway. We do need each other. We need to stop saying that. It's like picking through to find the good bits with this guy.
You have to start by deciding what type of woman you want to be in this world. Not to put too big a question on it, but what type of woman do you want to be? You're going to find a new guy, and you're going to completely open up, and he's going to be someone who's sent to test your strength as a woman. And he's going to completely annihilate your trust. He's going to hurt you. And you're going to be left with all this validation for what you thought you should have done, which is closed down. I should have put up a wall, I knew it. But here's your choice. Is my trust destroyed? Or does this just make me stronger and more determined to find the type of guy I want? Is this a moment where I'm supposed to back down and put up a wall? Or is this where I really show how strong I can be in a relationship?
I think my approach to when you've been burned or hurt in a relationship, romantic of course, but honestly any type of relationship, like yes, there is some altruistic strength in, I can dust myself up and try again. I think that experiences where you do not find success should be treated as learning opportunities. I think that you can learn to vet people. I think you can learn to recognize the signs and the qualities of different type of people. I think that you can learn to date with the strength of your network and have people that care about you and love you involved in vetting somebody. And I think getting away from having families involved in dating is a part of why, you know, a lot of people are getting burned. But just the willingness to get out there is great, but I think it takes away the agency of knowing that you can get better at reading and finding people, and that there's a responsibility that you have to yourself and to the dating game, so you're not out here just bitter and bumping into motherfuckers, of getting better at reading and finding people and developing relationships with people of the opposite, or, you know, of another gender on the spectrum, that can teach you how to vet and read people.
From a place of, what do I expect from someone else? In other words, would I want to start dating someone who was sleeping with a bunch of other people at the same time they were dating me?
I found the perfect person, of course I would dump all the others.
Yeah, if you found the perfect person, you would dump all the others, and therein you answer your question. Because what you're really doing is saying, I'm exercising my options. When I find someone I like, I'm going to start focusing on that person. Now, my options might still give me confidence because they remind me that I'm an attractive woman, but I'm not going to exercise those options while I'm actually focusing on this person I care about. And if that falls through, okay, I have options again, but I'm not necessarily going to, you have to make the decision. While I'm with this person and I'm investing in them, do I entertain all the other options? Now, I would say to you it's dangerous, because the moment he finds out you're a few dates in and you're exercising your other options is the moment that a typical guy, not every guy, but a typical guy, becomes less attracted. Because as I said, he wants to feel he's on a unique path with you, not one that includes other people at the same time. I would say enjoy your options.
I'm pretty much in line with him on that answer. That unique path language, I think, is really a bar. I think that's what most guys are looking for with any woman. Not so much what you're doing, you know, in the world or in mass, but am I on a unique path with you? I think is very important. So kudos to him for that phrasing.
Options, have your fun, and when you meet someone you like, be prepared to focus on that person. That's what I would say. You know, there's nothing wrong with you exercising your options and enjoying being single, but when you meet someone you want, I wouldn't suddenly throw all those people out of your life.
The issue with exercising your options, though, is how much more you open yourself up to damaging yourself and putting yourself in a position where you're unable to recognize and respond to somebody who is worth focusing on. I think the reason that the people we end up with are so special and best friends and loved ones is because on the deepest level, we don't vibe with the majority of the world. And I think that when you open yourself up to a bunch of options and a bunch of experiences and a bunch of dating experiences and a bunch of sexual experiences, there is the opportunity for expansion, of course, and you can grow from these experiences and become better and become more alive, become more knowledgeable. But there's also the option of becoming jaded and bitter and hurt, just damaging yourself, just going through all the shitty experiences that are available in a dating market. And because you are experiencing so much in mass, and the probability that some bullshit is going to be mixed in there with the good shit is high. It's higher. There's more bullshit than good shit. So nothing wrong with exercising options in my opinion. I think that you got to know the more you do, the more you are at risk for putting yourself in a position or a mindset or a mood or a streak where you are incapable of focusing on a really valuable opportunity. This is for, you know, guys, girls, and non-binaries. So nothing wrong with exercising options, but if you're doing that, you got to be smart about how am I making sure that I also am keeping my pivot and able to, when the opportunity comes along, lock in, which is easier said than done. And a lot of people are not even thinking about that. You know, we just out here rocking and rolling.
asking someone if they've got a girlfriend. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It doesn't look desperate. It doesn't look needy. It just looks like you're direct. It doesn't also have to be a situation where you're saying it because you're interested. It could just be you're asking. You know, like if they're in town for a few days, you talk to them about it. Like you going back home, do you have a girlfriend there? Talk to them casually. And it doesn't matter. Like at the end of the day, I'd rather put someone on the spot and find out than be vague about it and give them room to not say it. And then, you know, go out for coffee with them and you're like, well, do you have a girlfriend? And they go, oh, yeah. And you go, well, why are you out for coffee? And he's like, oh, I thought it was just coffee. I would rather be direct about it and ask the question, but do it with a smile on your face and just do it as part of a casual conversation.
I agree with this. I think part of just meeting anybody, if you were meeting your boss, you know, do you have kids? Are you married? I think is fair for polite conversation. Now, there's a thin line between polite conversation and interrogation. And I have had experiences where do you have a girlfriend is followed up by are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Is there anybody that think they might be your girlfriend? And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that type of conversation or that line of questioning, if it is absolutely necessary, I think should be chosen with delicate timing. But, you know, asking direct questions is a sign of health and maturity, in my opinion. And being able to do that with grace and levity is a supreme skill that I hope more people cultivate.
If you're attractive, you're going to attract some bad guys. You're going to attract some of the wrong guys. There's attractive people can't filter out just the good people. You can't be attractive and only have great people be attracted to you. If you're attractive, people are attracted to you. So you're going to get a few crazies in there. You're going to get a few guys who are sleazebags and they're married and they're going to do that. So you're going to get that. But why that would affect your confidence?
Completely agree with saying this earlier. But this is why not just attracting, but choosing to engage in excess experiences and also not educating yourself, training yourself, surrounding yourself with the right resources and network to navigate the bullshit that you may attract if you are attractive. All identities. It's important.
Confidence. Because you're new to it. Right. But right now, you're meeting guys. Big tick. Well done. Guys are attracted to you. Big tick. Well done. Now it's just refining. Now what you're doing is sifting out the wrong guys from the right guys. But you're already steps ahead of most women out there who are doing nothing. Most women aren't doing anything. They're not doing anything. They're not your competition. Like this is the great thing. People are like, oh, the ratios between men and women. There are so many single women. It doesn't matter. 90% of them aren't doing shit. They're sitting at home eating ice cream. They're not doing anything. They're not your competition. It doesn't matter. If you're a proactive woman, you're already in the 10%. And if you're proactive and you know what you're doing, and you've been to an event like this and you've been through it and you're figuring it out, now you're not even in the 10%, you're in that top 1%. And those women stand out from every other woman, no matter how many there are. Go out tonight and here's what you'll see. A whole lot of women and men not talking to each other. If I could only tell men, guess what guys, don't worry about the rich guy over there. Don't worry about the guy over there who looks like Brad Pitt. He ain't your competition because he's too busy sitting at the bar trying to look cool. These women over here, they want a guy to talk to them. No one's going over there. These guys that you're afraid of, that you're intimidated by, that you don't think you have as much as, they're not your competition. They're not doing shit. Go do it, and you're already way ahead of the curve. Right? Just talking enough will eventually get you laid.
Gotta say, he makes a lot of sense. I agree with what he's saying. There's this relationship between courage and confidence, and having the courage to do things when you are uncertain of the outcome can lead to confidence, which is just an appreciation of your abilities and attributes after you've had some successful experiences or some experiences that didn't end in success, but you learned from. I just have to reiterate that in addition to the courage or the bravery to just try to have experiences and to seek them out, it's also important to invest in the knowledge and information, which you also said and alluded to. So I think that's going to do it for the reaction. Thank you for watching. Remember to go ahead and give us a like if you enjoyed the video. And if there's anybody in your network that might find this valuable, please share it with them. And never ever forget that you can check out dojo7.com for apparel and other ways to support. Subscribe to the channel to keep up with when we release videos. And that's it, man. I'm Josh X, reacting for Dojo 7, and I'm out. Peace.